up that very first time, and I'm glad that have you got to sit in here, and actually going to, I guess, share some wisdom, not whatever it is you want to share about these crazy topics. If y'all probably are like, what is this whole truth and tinfoil thing you got going on, Miracle? I thought this was GSL. I know I got all kinds of little shows and segments under the umbrella of GSL. So this ain't even a GSL talk show. This is another
branch
series. Yes, another like little playlist series, because we've had so many people ask questions, obviously, about Allie and about everything that's been going on. And we try to do the frequently asked questions. We try to post y'all statements. We try to post everything so people can just read it for themselves. But I started to see that people don't read. So I took to say, okay, well, look, y'all asking so many questions. This lady done answered these questions over the years. So it started out with me just saying, okay, every month I'll just come and share with you guys some of the questions that she answered and shared over the years. And it started off as that, but then there was all kinds of other crazy stuff going on because it was statements and all kinds of stuff. So I was like, okay. So I was doing pop-ups from there. So there was one month, I don't know if it was the first month, but it was one month in particular that I was like, okay, it seems like I need to come and share this, or I need to come and share that, or I need to come. This was popping up. Like, I want to say
Fat Boo,
6 times that month.
It's live.
I was like, oh goodness, okay. And so so with all of that being said, like, this is our conspiracy theorist party. I kind of was inspired. I saw this thing on social media that has some people gathering together in a house, and they were watching, I don't know, conspiracy or whatever they were watching, but they would have discussions from what I saw on social media. And I was like, well, what if we do that? We can do that. We're doing our virtual version of that. And it's been popular, and obviously people are here right now, you know what I'm saying? About 6 some people here right now, wanted to, I guess, have these conversations. So that's where Truth and Tinfoil came from. It just started off with me being like, hey, here's more information that Ali has shared. And then it's like, oh, here's some crazy stuff. Y'all think it's real? And then it just, now here we are with this special episode with Miss Shelly.
I'm here for support.
So this probably gonna be the quietest that we ever seen, Allie. We're like, is she here?
Where she go?
Speaking of that, I want to show you guys. I'm gonna pull up this screen real quick. I think it'll be a good transition for you guys to see. There's something I just posted in our community. Now for me, I'm like, hey, seems familiar. People, we've been talking about this type of stuff for a long time. But look at here. This guy that I follow, his name is Marcus Rogers. If y'all see this post, I can't. Do y'all see my cursor? It's probably not. I'm looking at that very first post. I don't know if it's bigger when y'all see it bigger. Did it go bigger?
Yeah.
It did? Okay. Look at here. Marcus Rogers is over here talking about, it says, highly weird right there on that little sign. And then it says, full of devil worshipers. What they don't want you to see, things of that nature. And I'm like, sounds familiar, right? I think, is this a good transition into our topic today?
Yes, good, exactly.
People are becoming a little bit more aware of this stuff. And so when we're talking about SRA and when we're talking about all of this type of stuff, this is what we're talking about, right?
Yep, you got it. When Allie first came, I knew she was a troubled kid. I had been a foster parent to a lot of troubled kids, so that was nothing out of the ordinary. I started seeing extraordinary things going on. One of the very first things was that some of Allie's younger alters, 9 and 10-year-old, started coloring pictures, and they were very graphic. I don't know if we can post those up or we can send them to you, or
we have some insurance holder. They're already posted on our social media, but we have some insurance holders.
Try to get those.
Send them over.
So these pictures were of a little kid being raped, gang raped by several people. They were very graphic. There were pentagrams in the corner. There was money on the table. I mean, they were very detailed pictures, and they were drawn by one of her younger alters. So I knew there was some satanic ritual abuse involved.
This is why I wasn't allowed to draw as a kid.
And that's a common thing. So if they are families that are doing satanic ritual abuse, they won't let the kids play with dolls because they will mimic.
TikTok, we do not condone this type of behavior. We do not push this type of behavior. Did y'all just see once again? It's when it comes to these altars, it's always Shelly that's talking about these altars, that's pushing these altars in Allie's head.
The abuse, they won't let them draw because they will draw pictures that are very telling. So I knew we've transitioned from just a troubled kid. Now we're dealing with some satanic ritual abuse type of things. You see, if you know what you're looking at in Hollywood, you will see it everywhere. Go pull up how many people have one eye symbolism in their photo albums, in their pictures. I would show you the one eye symbolism, but I don't want to do it because somebody will screenshot that and then say, you know what I mean? They'll turn it on me. But if you go look up one eye symbolism or how many people throw up the triangle sign,
I double dare you.
That's very telling. And a lot, the argument that goes with that is, well, they just, it was just a random thing. But go back and look at your own pictures. Do you ever randomly do one eye symbolism in your own family pictures? You know what I mean? It's not a random thing. It's very common. It's akin to throwing a gang sign. They are throwing their allegiance. There we go. They are throwing their allegiance to Satan.
Wow, dumbass. Y'all, I got to bring this up. Misleading, misinformation. Oh, boy. And this... I already know what she's talking about. Misinformation. The Eye of Heru. Another name for the Eye of Horus, an ancient Egyptian symbol of protection, health, and regeneration. It represents the left eye of the falcon-headed god Horus, Heru. If anybody ever seen any of these symbols, see, you gonna learn some shit here. Any of these symbols, right? Any of these symbols. This is what she's speaking of. I know all about this. Ma'am, you must haven't been into, you know anything about the community that's awakened, that's woke, that knows all about this. I know exactly what you're going to say is satanic ritual abuse. Did you just fix your fucking mouth to say that? Oh my freaking wow.
Satanic worship.
There it is.
Satanic rituals.
She bring it in.
Hollywood is steeped in that. Unfortunately, a lot of our government is steeped in that. What you know now about sex trafficking? I asked one of my, I have a friend that's a survivor, and she's great with analogies. I said, give me the analogy so I can tell the people what we're dealing with. If you think of the iceberg, the Titanic and the iceberg, sex trafficking is the tip of the iceberg. Underneath the water that you don't see, the whole big portion of the iceberg is the satanic ritual abuse and the MK Ultra. Those things are hidden from the public. I'm a little leery that everybody understands the sex trafficking now.
What the hell that got to do with the Eye of Heru? The Eye of Horus? What the hell that got to do with the with the fucking pyramid of Giza? Oh my, I'm so glad I'm recording this.
And we're kind of just going to sweep it under the carpet, but we're not going to look under the water to the big part of the problem, and that's the satanic ritual abuse and the MK Ultra. Those things go hand in hand.
That's right, Gigi.
Once you have satanically ritually abused a kid and shattered their mind, then you can start sex trafficking them, because now you've created a perfect slave. So if we stop as a society, as human beings, as Christians, if we stop and say, okay, we're going to clear up the sex trafficking issue, and we don't address what's under the water.
Okay. Once again, TikTok is for educational purposes only. We do not push out this content. Well, we don't condone this behavior. Y'all, she really got my mind out. You know, man, this woman.
The whole thing. When I started understanding, okay, now we're dealing with some satanic ritual abuse. Allie started having a lot of flashbacks, very graphic flashbacks. So what that looked like to me, in the night, I would hear her screaming. So I would get up to see what was going on. And if you think of the last movie you saw where somebody was being choked, they were trying to kill somebody by choking them. The person being choked is fighting and hitting and gagging and gasping for breath. Those were the type of things Allie was doing in her sleep. She was gagging, and you could almost see like she was trying to get somebody off from her choking. So I'm like, now we got a bigger picture. We're dealing with other things now. From there, then it started leading.
I'm sorry. I got to do some education. I'm sorry. It wouldn't be right if I didn't do it. I cannot believe this woman has completely just dissed the Egyptian heritage like that. So let me clean up her mess. Wow. And people, they have done this for years. Since Shelly, since you know every fucking thing, let me correct your dumb ass. I'm sorry, y'all. I gotta show y'all this. Come on now. Hold on. Right here, y'all. Horus was an Egyptian god worshipped since 2200 BC. Born of a virgin, had 12 disciples, healed the sick and injured, resurrected from the dead. Asar translates into Lazarus, crucified and resurrected after 3 days, known as the Lamb, the way, and the light. The same way how they classify Jesus. But it goes a little deeper than this. And she said that is satanic ritual. Disrespectful ass.
Into the MK Ultra.
Well, I have a question, Miss
Sure.
Shelly. So is this something you was aware of before Allie, and so you kind of put two and two together when you met her, or is it like you met her, she was experiencing this, you started looking it up? Like which way was it for you?
God is the most gracious, loving God ever. Before Allie came, I had an aunt, and she always had mental problems my entire life, but she was always my favorite aunt. She was kind of the black sheep of the family. a few years before she died, her and I spent a lot of time on the phone together, and she started disclosing to me that she was sexually abused as a child by my grandfather, and that from that she had DID, which is a dissociative identity disorder.
What? She was sexually what? Y'all, we just learned something new today. We just learned something new today.
And so for the next 2 years, I was on the phone with her 3 or 4 hours every night. And I started learning about DID. I learned to recognize her alters. They were very gracious with me. They would answer questions. I would say, what do you see when you look in the mirror when the alters come up, and how do you guys come up, and what does it look like on the inside? So I started getting a really good education. I think God allowed her to do that with me because that's what prepared me. I had an understanding of SRA a little bit. And then I had an understanding of DID. Had no idea what MK Ultra was or Monarch programming. I didn't know any of that, but God gave me enough of a foundation that I was able to start recognizing what I was seeing, and then that kind of segued into understanding the MK Ultra and the Monarch mind control programming. So I didn't understand that before Allie came, but I kind of had a good foundation of these things happen, but it took me a minute to kind of piece things together of what I was seeing. One night, a new altar came up. It was about 2 or 3 in the morning. If you know SRA survivors and MK Ultra survivors, they're usually up all night. In the satanic ritual abuse families, they lead ordinary lives during the day. And then at night, they are at rituals and doing mind control and trafficking and doing all those things at night. So most of your survivors will be up all night long. So this new altar, she was 13, came up. I was trying to get to know her. I was talking to her. She started sketching out for me on a big poster board her section of the program that she knew internally. The MK Ultra program. It has blueprints, the way you have a blueprint for your house, the way if you're going to build a building, you have a blueprint for the building of where the doors go, where the windows are going to be, where the stairs are. MK Ultra programming is built very much the same way, only internally in their brain. Once she drew this out, it gave me chills because I understood now that we are dealing with something way bigger than just a troubled kid, way bigger than a kid that's been raped a few times, way bigger than a kid that just has a little bit of trauma. We are dealing with something at a military level, at a government level, at a very high intelligence level, something that was done deliberately, and it scared me to death. The hair on the back of my neck stood up because it was at that moment that I understood that we were kind of in over our head, so to speak.
Well, I know we didn't. I was just thinking too. I was like, we haven't had an official let's get to know Miss Shelly moment. But I don't know if this is that moment because I know you really wanted us to, kind of dive in, I guess, on the education side to get people ready and aware of, I guess, what's to come. So I guess you have to just come back for the GSL talk show for us to just get to know you and all that. You're welcome back anytime. We definitely are getting comments already. People are asking questions and wondering, are you going to answer questions? So
I will answer whatever questions you have.
Okay, cool. I'll try to be on the lookout for that. I don't know. Can you see comments and whatnot on your end? Because
no,
I'm asking Allie questions. And they're like, oh, while she's saying this, can you answer? So I don't know if we're gonna address Allie type questions today, y'all. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It's supposed to be Miss Shelly.
It ain't for me. Actually, I'm really thinking about moving out of this frame because, like you said, you want to talk to her. So if all y'all want Mama Shelly, I ain't sharing. But yeah, Mama Shelly.
I'm not usually the front of the camera type of person.
She's not.
I'm the photographer usually, or the videographer.
There's no because I was just joking with you. You know, you always welcome on. You know, look, maybe this is get back for that other time. I ain't gonna tell you what you, but you know what I'm talking about.
I know. I was trying to talk to somebody else, and I talked to Miracle, so she's trying to get back at me. But it was somebody in her own family.
No, it's all good. It's all good. I don't.
I was just talking to the baby.
Y'all love each other better than me. It's fine. Oh, they know NJ. Oh, it's NJ. Okay. They already know him. Yeah, they know him. Yeah, they get got a better relationship. But I can go back up to these comments and things, but I mean, I don't want to do you want to wait on comments or do you want to just
do whatever you want to do? I do better answering questions than just cold talking.
Okay. And like I said, if there's things that I can try to pull up, I can definitely do that like I did a second ago. Let me scroll back then and see what kind of comments that they had for Miss Shelly first. I'm gonna try to go in the order that I'm seeing here. Let's see. Oh, and speaking of that, okay, so there was something that was said today, and it was in reference to because long story short, I saw a 2-month-old baby was missing, and we shared that on the community. And I basically reminded
this is a terrible interview.
Your situation,
terrible,
at 3 months old and things of that nature. And then somebody's comment got on my nerves when I saw it. But it represents. So I don't know if it's cool to share that with you guys if y'all want to touch on that or have a response.
I can explain that. I'm pretty sure I have a good understanding of.
I already know where you're going. Yeah.
I've seen it several times, and I don't mind explaining things because people don't have any reference of understanding how deep this issue is and what it looks like and how it looks. So I think the most comment that I've seen was, well, if she was 3 months old, there's no way she could have known she was being sexually abused. Fair enough. That's true in a normal setting. And let me tell you how we came to the determination that she was not just being molested at 3 months old, but she was being programmed and split.
Yeah. Hold on.
First of all,
hold on. We gotta do this for TikTok. Listen, TikTok, we do not. Y'all, here we go. She finna say it again. I need y'all to get on the edge of your fucking seats. Get on the edge of your fucking seats. Because the last time she told us, this is for educational purposes only, the last thing she told us about when this told 3-month-old that something happened to Allie when she was 3 months, she said that Allie was raped in her mother's birth canal. Tell me how the fuck that happened. She said Allie was raped in her mother's birth canal. Let's see what she have to say here.
The CPS report. There's a CPS report that said she was being molested by children at 3 months old. So that tells me there were other people involved.
Stop lying, Shelly, because we pulled up the fucking report. Allie made that report when she was 15. When she was messing with you. She made that report and said somebody was messing with me, 2 little girls and a boy was messing with me when I was 3 months. She made that report when she was 15 years old dealing with you. That's why you can't even look at the fucking camera. You fucking liar.
Tells me somebody saw it and called. When you understand SRA and what they do.
How somebody see it? How the fuck somebody, listen y'all, how somebody see this? Who saw it? The only person made the report was Allie.
They will use children to harm children. So another thing that I want to drive home with you guys is you're protecting your kids from the strange, creepy guy in the park, but you're living next door to families that are operating in satanic ritual abuse.
No. Answer the question. They asked about what happened to her at 3 months, and how do she know what happened to her at 3 months? What the hell the next door neighbor got to do with any damn thing?
And MK Ultra programming, and your kids are going to school with their kids who are being molested and raped.
Hurt people.
So
can I share it with you, Shelly? Because I don't want to share it to my sisters just in case. I don't want her to, you know what I'm saying, none of that. So I will, if I can share it to you, you can see what it says if you want. I send it to you, but yeah, you can go. I just want to let you know I was sending it, so you can go.
Okay. What?
Your phone? Oh, she said she sent it to you.
So, and then the other part of that question is, hang on, let me check it.
Okay. Well, while we do that, look, Real Bev Dutton is saying I got my tinfoil hat.
If y'all notice, Allie is very quiet now. She's not all animated like she used to be with these crazy ass horrendous stories that I got you, Akita. You know, the stories that she put out for years, that she caught the hearts and mind of thousands of people. Y'all notice she's very quiet? Because Great Vibe's been on that ass.
On two, let's go.
I see it. So that's just kids being kids. Okay. Yes, but no.
Exactly.
Children don't possess that thought unless something has happened to them. Kids are very innocent. Back to Allie's situation. So number one, there was a CPS report saying at 3 months old, they went out to investigate because there was a claim of sexual abuse.
Y'all, anytime a certain word is said, I have to pause the video to throw off AI. Y'all, they're going to stick with this story. Let me tell you how stupid these two sound. She said it was a CPS report put out at when she was 3 months about sexual abuse. Well, why the fuck did her mama come up here and show all these photos? Because if that allegation went out, they would have taken the children away from the biological parents. Did the mama know about this? Because mama still had possession of Tashina, still had possession of Allie, and showed us photos of her when she was a baby. So do she know, do Tori's mother know this report was put out that Allie made when she was 15?
If you're a mother or a father on here and you have children, you know that when you have a newborn, that newborn baby has a specific cry that's different than any other thing. You can tell basically the age of a child by the newborn cry. Yes? Allie has alters that are infant that have that newborn cry. So that already alerted me. Number one, somebody reported abuse.
You can find the age of a child while they are a newborn crying. I'm gonna say this again. You can find the age of a child, of a newborn, while they're crying. Y'all, they live on YouTube. They're not on TikTok. They're not on TikTok. They're on YouTube live. This is live. So y'all just pay attention. Y'all pay attention. Hang out here because I'm bringing commentary to this.
2, the abuse was so traumatic that it split her psyche that now she has a newborn alter that has that newborn cry. That's nothing anybody can mimic. They They grow out of it, I don't know what, 3 or 4 or 5 months maybe. So that already tells me a pretty clear picture of what's going on in that situation.
So you mean to tell me when a child is first born and they are a newborn, when they have a certain type of distinct cry, they was abused, I guess, in the womb? Now, granted, we do have unborn, allegedly unborn, an unborn child that do suffers from, neglect, right? Abuse, allegedly, depending on what the parent is, the mother is going through when she's carrying this particular child. I do understand that. However, the way you are explaining MK Ultra, which they don't even practice anymore, you said that that Allie Carter experienced the first sign of MK Ultra when she was in her mother's birth canal, being great. That's what you said.
When you understand the amount of trauma, so think back, think of your little 3-month-old baby. They don't have the ability to process being raped or molested. They don't have the ability to handle that pain from being raped or molested.
Okay, so she said it twice. So TikTok, once again, this is for educational purposes only. We do not condone this behavior. Are y'all paying attention to what's going on here? Chick D, how you doing? I really hope that y'all hearing this nonsense that she's putting out. And only she believed this shit. I already educated y'all when it comes to, the MK Ultra program. We
and it splits their psyche. When you understand that MK Ultra and SRA, that's their whole goal, is to split the psyche. They will start using children to rape and molest other children.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! We do not support this behavior. We do not support this behavior. YouTube, I'm just doing this for TikTok. I gotta bring this up. I gotta bring it up. I gotta do it. Since she got people that's on here.
It just perpetuates from there. Let me see if there was a second part to that.
Yeah, like I know when I saw that, I just was like, are you trying to say that, oh yeah, let's look to the other way because it doesn't mean anything? And then on top of that, I'm like, and then that was just the first report of many from what I've seen. So my question is, like, who knows what wasn't reported? Like,
exactly.
People, prayerfully this person don't have kids or something, and you're lucky I didn't put it up on the screen so people could see your username. But that was
I don't.
Out of place for Allie. That's the only reason. But people in the membership, they did see it, and I don't know what's going, because
when I'm looking through Allie's CPS reports, and then nothing was done, and nothing was done, and nothing was done, and it was referred out, and it was this. The way and the level of corruption operates, it almost feels to me like they were putting these things in place. They were going out and investigating, but not making a decision and not moving the kid, because at some point they're going to want to pull that kid and traffic the kid themselves. The way the level of corruption goes, there's more than one reason. So a lot of people see the tree, but they're missing the forest. So you have to kind of step back and look objectively at the way evil operates and understand how it moves. Unfortunately, I've had to do that. I've had to, you know what I mean? Because before Allie came 20, 30 years ago, I was very naive. I would be saying the same things these people are saying, like, well, it's just kids being kids. Yes, but no. Go ahead.
Flag on the play. I want to go back a little. Rewind. Pause. These are the type of comments that should make people go rewind. Pause. Did the person say that kids will be kids by molesting each other?
Oh my goodness!
Is that
just for educational purposes only. My goodness, TikTok, we do not condone this behavior at all. We do not condone this behavior. So, Miss Outlaw, what I did is, as you can see right above me, I got y'all comments up there. So when it goes out on YouTube, and when they replay the videos like they've been playing, that's why your daughter been so quiet, because if y'all notice, all her stories are starting to change up. Even when she talk, she don't even sound like the young lady that came out some years ago all the way up to last year. Her stories are changing. And everybody was talking about they believe your daughter. And I was like, okay, y'all listen to the story. So, now that all of us been having our foot on both of their necks. She's more quiet now. She's more reserved. Like yesterday when I played the video, she was more reserved. More to herself. Right? So I got these comments here. So when they replay the video back, they can see y'all comments and what y'all are saying.
She's like,
hold on.
Hold on. There's a lot of takeaways from this. But another thing, if you are a parent, you don't know if this is the sentiment of your neighbor. And if you're sending your kid over there, you understand, we have to step way back and be objective about the whole picture.
Wait a damn minute. Hold on. Time out. So, all right. Who has kids? Who has kids?
You.
You. Right there.
You raise your hand.
Not me.
Tori, raise your hand, ma'am. You got kids. You got kids. Shelly, where the kids at, ma'am? You should be the first person to raise your hand, ma'am. You got kids, allegedly. I'm going to say allegedly.
I'm saying raise your hand if you have children. Do you have kids? Interactive portion of this live. Do you have children? All right.
You can read it. I can read it. It says, I read a 3-month-old possibly touched inappropriately by another child. That's it. Children being children. One must ask if it was more, why wasn't the 3-month-old removed from the home? If it were more, all the children would have been removed permanently. But we know that didn't happen. No hospital, no investigation. It was not necessary. Another blown up story. This person isn't understanding the depth of corruption.
So one of y'all went over there and made that comment. One of y'all put that comment? Which one of y'all went over there and made that comment? Because she just read it off. Now, because we just said, hey, if something happened to Tori at 3 months, why wasn't she removed from the home? Now she's talking about corruption. Let's hear what else she have to say.
This person isn't understanding the power of the bloodline Allie came from. This person isn't taking into account very many things. It's just black and white thinking, and you got to be careful with that.
Time out.
I ain't even want to show you this. I ain't even want to.
CPS didn't take Tory Outlaw, Allie Carter, away from her mother because of the system is corrupt and because of her bloodline. Bridget, how you doing, sweetie?
I know, but
No, but it's okay. These things need to be addressed.
That's fine. Can you put it on the screen? There's so much to unpack there.
Okay.
There is so much to unpack, and I feel like we all need to unpack it together.
Unpack it.
Let's unpack it.
Should we block this name? Should we block the username?
I don't care. You made a public comment, so publicly, let's.
Do y'all see how now the host is talking about should we block? Y'all go over there and keep asking questions. Keep doing it. Now see, now y'all making them frustrated. Keep asking questions.
Unpack it.
Yeah, I mean, if you're
gonna put up a public comment, then publicly
you have to own that.
we can talk about it, right? Because publicly you put yourself out there on a public platform to say something so damn pathetic and stupid. So as other parents need to educate you because you're a scary parent. That's the problem. And I just want to unpack it with some people.
Okay,
let's unpack it.
Dang, girl. I mean, I thought, what's going on? It's funny.
Switch me.
Look, y'all see they freaking out. Y'all are freaking amazing. I gotta give y'all listen, chat. Y'all are fucking amazing. They supposed to be talking about the MKO. Y'all got them. Y'all over there questioning them now. Y'all are freaking amazing. Y'all drop the name of the live that they're on in the chat. Yes, they are live now, and they are responding to you all. Y'all see how frustrating Allie is getting right now, and she's very emotional. Let's see what she got to say.
Tagging. I was sitting here quietly. I was back there, and I was, like, she'll handle that. And then I heard it, and I was like, nope, can't do it. Can't let it go. Let me first sentence. I read a 3-month-old was possibly touched inappropriately by another child. That's it. Stop right there.
That's it.
Stop. Time out. Flag on the play. Little wing. Flag on the play. This is why we got little wings. So that's it. That's it.
Give me 1 second.
So are you saying that somebody shouldn't be
enough?
That okay? That wasn't enough for a child to be traumatized? There are parents who watch porn around their children.
I cannot believe this shit. I'm only pausing it for TikTok. That's all. Let's go.
And I was one of those children in a home where there were other people watching porn around their children. And that's
TikTok, we do not condone this behavior. We do not condone this behavior. Deborah, you asked what website. They're on YouTube. They're live right now. And they are responding to you all. Y'all over there drilling questions. And now y'all got them frustrated.
their excuse of I didn't touch them, because they're showing them something, and those children are sponges. They're putting it in their brains, and then they act it out.
Hold on, who is this she got? Whoa, she got somebody's comment. Hold on. Let me blow that up. Hold on, y'all. Look, who is Okay, who is Little Wings? Little Wings 34. Okay, this was a day ago that they're responding to one of the comments that they're responding to. I read a 3-month-old was possibly, unappropriate by another child. That's it. Children being children must ask if one or more 3-month-olds removed from the home. If there are more, all the children will be removed permanently. But we know that didn't happen. No hospital, no investigation. It was not necessary. Another blown up story. I definitely agree with that.
Okay, thank you. All right, here we go. Unpack. So when you say that that's it, why isn't that enough for you to say that's not okay? And if you're a parent, why would that not be okay and enough for you? You are the exact problem in the statistic to society that if your child grew up in a home where you're saying, that's it, that's enough. And if your child was to grow up and say, I went through some shit in my home and it was just a child that touched me and that was enough for me to have to grow from the childhood that I was not supposed to have to grow from. That was enough for me to change and be the person that I am today because something hurt me in my childhood that a parent refused to listen to. Here we are with the first few sentences. This is one of the problems. These are one of the people that are a problem. We are so damn worried about the elite. Everybody is so high and mighty about, well, what did P. Diddy do? What did Obama do? What did Manshell do? What did Oprah do? What did this person do? What did Steven Tyler do? What did Ozzy Osbourne do? What did this? You're so excited and invested on that type of trauma porn, but you don't see the entire message sitting right in front of you when we say it's from the top to the bottom. If
you the one that said that they the one that messed with you, you the one that came out with the stories. Tori, you said that. People just didn't make this shit up in their heads. You said it.
you look at this situation, this is your everyday person, and this is what we're trying to tell you. She said, that's it. Now let me help you. If your child went over to another home where your child does not know this information, are you that person that if your child was to learn about sex in school, and I'm talking filthy, nasty, ungodly information as a child, I'm talking from a baby to about 10 years old. If your child came home and told you, Mom, somebody taught me about anal sex in school today, are you going to throw a fit?
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. First of all, Tori, your ass like eating list, boy, goodness. First of all, you've been in college for the last 13 years, 15 years, something like that. If y'all just listen closely, y'all can hear the dysfunction between these two.
Why? Miracle, Mama, I need the Mama a Miracle to come to the front.
Y'all mean to tell me they are putting y'all in timeout? They are putting y'all in timeout over there? Put a one in the chat if you were watching Mine and Nails and when you comment they put y'all in timeout. You said they daughter of the Most High, they put you in timeout too? They putting all of y'all in time. Damn. Told y'all they don't like questions. They don't like questions.
Mama Miracle. Mama Miracle.
And there's reasons why my son is not in a school right now. Like he's at the virtual public school. Thank you, Jesus, for options these days. Look, thanks to Allie Carter. And he don't go many places. He go. I mean,
are you okay with somebody teaching your child about sex?
No.
Okay. Are you okay with your child even sponging sex scenes on movies?
No, I am not.
Okay, because your child will then act those things out.
Yes.
On other children when you're away from them. Your child sponges what they see, so they act like the person that they're around. They will sometimes talk like the person they're around. They will play like the person they're around. They will behave like the people they sponge. So if another child assaulted them, I know of somebody who called us and it was their child that they said was assaulted by another. They were third grade. Another third grader, and there's so many stories that you hear, so many articles and so many things that you can look up coming from schools.
I got you.
That there's so many issues in the elementary schools, let alone the middle schools and the high schools where you expect the problems. But there's so many issues in the elementary schools, and there was a third grader who went in the bathroom, took a pair of scissors, and threatened a little girl and said, "Pull your pants down. I just want to see what you have." Is that not enough? That's it. So if you send a child, so if your child is coming home and saying, "Mommy, I got a friend," and their friend is Little Wing's parents, and you send them over knowing that you don't allow them to watch a sex scene, knowing that you don't allow them to sponge in bad information, curse words, or whatever you don't allow in your house, in your culture, you don't allow it. But your child goes over to this home that Little Wing allows in their home. Is it Little Wing? Is that the username? Am I saying that right?
Look, that's what it looked like to me. Yeah.
Okay. So if somebody goes over to this home thinking that this is okay because it looks okay and it sounds okay, and they sit down with these people and something happens child to child and they come home and they say, "Mom."
Yeah, so listen. Princess said, "What the hell is she talking about?" I'm trying to figure out what the fuck she talking about. I don't know how we got from talking about what happened to her at 3 months to this shit.
All that happened was somebody touched me, but that's it. Is that okay with you?
Well, and then you have to take a step back from that and understand now if your child was just touched, that's just changed the trajectory of your child. That's
whole brain changed.
Innocence from your child. And that's just marked your child to be an easy target for a predator. Do you understand that? So they're flooding the schools with kids that have been molested, that are harming and molesting other kids.
Okay, my goodness. Okay, hold on, y'all, because right now they saying too much. Hold on.
And why is that okay? That harms children. If anybody on here wants to raise your hand or raise your flag or whatever, if you were molested.
Why she got their face covered up now? Well, I'm probably about 20 minutes behind on the interview because we're addressing some things, right? You know what, Melissa? I was just about to say that. You took the words out of my mouth. Melissa just stated, it disturbs me how much they think about this stuff. This is all you hear Shelly talking about. And she gives Tori Outlaw the ammo to continue on with that conversation.
As a child, by a child.
And nobody did a damn thing.
Questions.
Then why was that okay? Because as of right now, you're sitting here and you relate to some type of story with this situation because there was some trauma for you that nobody paid attention to, that nobody touched, that nobody talked about, that nobody discussed, and everybody passed off. Was it not? So that's it.
And I want you, again, take a step back. Little Wings might be your child's teacher. She might be the nurse in your child's doctor's office. She might be serving the coffee at the Starbucks. You understand what
your
I'm saying?
Next door neighbor.
Rubbing shoulders with a lot of people with this mindset. And we trust our children with a lot of people because, oh, well, they're a nurse, so they're going to be okay. Oh, well, it's their teacher, so they're going to be okay. but they have this kind of a mentality.
One must ask, if it was more, why wasn't the 3-month-old removed from the home? If it were more, all the children would have been removed permanently. All right, Black on the Play. Let's talk about our DOJ.
Let's make it make sense.
Y'all, what the hell the fucking Department of Justice have to do?
These are the type of because the reason why I want to unpack, some people are sitting here like, why are we doing this? Because this is why we're still swimming in the same circle over and over again. This is why we're talking about a decade's worth of an issue. This is why people don't understand. Some are sincerely uneducated. And I will have the patience because this woman had some patience with me. But at the end of the day, there's some people that are so uneducated that are making this circle go round and round and round. And people are wondering, it's just coming from the top. No, you're sitting right next to them. And until you acknowledge that, you will see why we're on a group project. And the people who are not holding up their side of the group project is the reason why we are not getting a passing grade. Okay? And we're not moving forward to the next chapter. That's why. So when we talk about our DOJ and we talk about the trial that we just went through, was there any justice? Do you see the justice system? Is it torn apart? Did they lie to you? Yes. Did the FBI lie to you? Yes. Did you not see it? Did the FBI threaten you and say, if people keep asking us about the Epstein files, we're going to research some people? We still have that screenshot. I know that they changed that on Twitter, but we still have that screenshot.
What the hell that got to do with you? What the fuck that got to do with you? They asked y'all a simple question. Y'all all the way off some fucking Epstein shit. Yeah, listen, Princess, I'm confused too. A lot. I'm about to pop a BC. We all confused.
Where many people were upset that the FBI just seriously threatened some people and said, don't stop asking us about the Epstein list. And if you keep asking us, we'll come and look for you. Okay, so you can come look for the people who you work for, but you can't look for the people who are hurting children. What? What? That's easy for you to come and hurt and search down and attack people who are asking you to do your job, and the people that are saying, where is the list that you said you were going to put out there for the people for transparency? But you can't find the IP address of predators. You can't find the Biden laptop and who was on it. You don't know who else was invested on buying children on an island that was with all of our elite people, but you're threatening these people. So that's our FBI, right? Our DOJ hit that video of Cassie having her ass beat throughout a hotel from wall to wall for hours, and then raped and tortured with other people, including minor children.
The FBI hid the evidence from Cassie. I mean, the Cassie evidence that they played in court. They hid it. But they played it during his federal trial. But they hid it. But they played it during his trial. But they hid it. But they played it during his trial.
And the DOJ told you there's no video. We don't know what you're talking about. Then they told you, oh, well, I mean, we do have a little clip of it. That's all we got. Then they told, okay, well, here's a more clip of it. Well, that's all we got. We don't know who else was in the situation. Then the hotel manager came out and said, well, I was in the situation. I mean, here's the rest of the clip.
So you just said that it was children there too. If there was children there, how come the security guard that's now a police officer in Los Angeles, how come when he came to the room to address Diddy, and when Diddy tried to, because he was his partner, the security guard, his partner was recording everything. When Diddy now remember they're standing in the hotel room door while the door was open. Diddy snatched the cell phone away from the security guard. The security guard jacked Diddy up on the door. Now the hotel room door is wide open. How come the security guard didn't say anything about any children being in the room, allegedly, if there was children there? He talked about how junky the room was. Where the children come in?
But for years, a lot of you thought that was a lie. Epstein, here we are with people. 1 minute, our attorney general told us it's on my desk. It's in a truck being delivered right now. The prosecutor on the Epstein case and the Diddy case told you that that's it. In the case, in the story, wrap it up, we're done. And then fired. Why? If they did their job, why are they fired?
If you can't trust the FBI, why did they fire the head prosecutor? Are y'all hearing her? She don't even know what the fuck she talking about.
Your everyday police, you're seeing so many of them in trouble for the exact crimes that they're supposed to be serving and protecting us all from.
What they got to do with you?
We still have to call them. I'm still in contact with another PD in regards to some cyber stalking and other crimes against children and other things that's going on with some predators right now that I'm pretty sure is sitting here, but that's to each its own. But anyways, we still have to call them and leave a paper trail, but there's nothing. I mean, we'll see if there's good cops that step up, because there are a few that I've seen. They're very few and far in between, but then after reports get handed to so many people down the line, then it gets into corrupt hands because you just never know. But anywho, right?
You done
if CPS, Child Protective Services, where do you think these truckloads of children are coming from? There was 100 saved here. There was 200 there. There was 50 here. Those are.
Yeah, I'm only doing this for TikTok, okay? I'm just throwing some pauses in there. Deborah, you said they told you live under a rock when you went over there asking questions. Y'all over there stirring up trouble.
Busloads. Those are classroom fulls of children. Do you understand that? As you send a child off to school, as you pass a school, I want you to think that one classroom out of that school that you just passed is being trafficked at the moment that you pass by. One classroom. Minimum. That's a minimum of 20 to 30 kids. If you go through any report that you'll see in the next 24, 72, future, past, you'll see that there's over 50, 60, 70, 80, 100 kids that they say they saved. Where do you think these children are coming from? Now let's look at our Child Protective Services, government-funded agency that has no oversight. that has an ombudsman that doesn't answer the phone. We went through that too, Riverside County. That takes the emails and the information, and then all of a sudden they change over and then they can't handle the case. Ombudsman in Riverside County. But when you look at CPS, see, here's the thing in my situation, Little Wing. We had a situation where there were.
Did she just mention Lil Wayne? Here we go.
Six children in a home. At 3 months old, I was being raped and molested. And when it comes to the reports before that, there were children before me.
Miss Outlaw, do you hear this? She said that she was raped and molested. I mean, you know, touched inside of your home when she was 3 months. Yeah, I'm trying to stay calm so I don't get banned, because I'm so ready to turn up. Tori, when y'all see this video, yeah, you can see your mama commenting now. You can see her. Yeah, you can read her comments now. Yep. Responding to you.
That were being raped and molested. See, the DOJ, the FBI, the people that I just talked about, and the things that you are seeing happen and unravel in our world that we live in today, they didn't give a damn. They were collecting more of a paycheck. See, family court operates on the families. Family court is paid by families. Did you ever see Monsters Inc. movie? You know, those screams that they're paid on? Family court is paid on family problems. If there's no family problems, there would be no family court. So there are some issues in the family that they leave people in those situations because that's a paycheck.
Well, and there's so many facets to a situation. If you're just in two-dimensional thinking, well, CPS went, they didn't take the kids, so it must not have been true.
Yeah.
You're never going to understand how things operate. Think of mob families. If you have a mob family, if you know about kind of the old mafia type of things, they operated in territories and they operated by families. CPS would be one mob family or one mob territory. The family Allie was raised in is another mob family. So sometimes they clash. There's so many facets of the problem that you can't just look at it up front and just right in your face. You have to
y'all messy. So y'all, Pure T put on YouTube, she said, was that someone from here that asked her about escaping Russia? Okay, so Deborah said, yeah, the lady said who is the commentator she said if a negative comment comes up, she wasn't going to read that. She just sits and answers ugly.
Back and look objectively.
I was removed, and then there's people trying to drag me back. I was removed, and I never tried to look back until we're sitting here with this problem. I was removed, and 4 other children at the time were removed, but then they were given back. Being who was paid off, just like the DOJ.
So you say you was removed with your sisters. They was given back to your mother, but you stayed because they paid your mama off. Just like the Department of Justice. Yep, Melissa, her mama had so much money to where she paid off the Department of Justice. Yep. Don't even need the Treasury Department. Don't need them. Don't need them. Miss Outlaw got it all. Don't need no money from the Federal Reserve, none of that shit. Miss Outlaw got all the money.
In the situation that you see at the top, it happens at the bottom. It's not what you know, it's who you know in those type of situations.
Did you guys follow what just happened in Alabama, in Bibb County, Alabama? They uncovered children in the basement being locked up, brutally abused. The kids in the basement were abusing other kids.
Ma'am, that's not how the story went down. Shelly, why you lying? That's not the story. And first of all, that story is older. That video is old. First of all, that's not how it went down. If you're talking about the lady, the daycare lady, right? That when the police arrived, she said the kids was at the park. They was they was in the basement, but it was a caretaker down there with them. She was hiding the kids because she was running an illegal establishment, and she didn't want to let the police officer find out. When the police found it, when the woman police officer finally went down in the basement, them kids were sitting down there quiet watching TV. So you just sit there and lied again. If y'all seen that video, y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah, the lady didn't have a license, none of that stuff. The white lady with the other white lady, and then they had the other lady down in the basement with the kids. The house was clean. Where the kids was at in the basement, it was clean. It was illegal, right? They was making their money. It was illegal. And when she found the kids down there, the officer told the lady, get on the phone with the parents, tell them, hey, come get your kids. You going to jail. Come get these kids. What you're doing is illegal. Come get the kids. So Shelly just lied again.
We're very worried about Oprah and what she did. Yes, rightly so. But the chance of your kid coming in contact with Oprah is very slim. The chance of your kid coming in contact with a family like in Bibb County, Alabama, or like the Turpin kids in
like Lil Wayne's
California, those families and those type of situations are happening in every city and every county and every state.
So you said that people chances a child getting close with Oprah is slim to none. Did Tori say did your little sidekick, your piece, the one that you were brainwashing and touching that night, allegedly? Did she say that she was there at the Diddy parties where Oprah was there too? Did she not say that? No, I'm sorry. She met Oprah down in the tunnel. My bad. She met Oprah down in the tunnel with Sleepy person, Sleepy Joe Biden. Did she not say that?
They are happening everywhere. Those kids that are being abused brutally are going to school with your kids. So I would be, as a parent, if I had little kids, I would be much more concerned with what was going on in my area than Oprah.
Now, we can, if you want to, can you please swipe that little, can you just flutter away, little wing over there? Can we? All right, cool. Fly away.
The other what y'all was talking about.
When you think about all the situations that we're talking about, and you think about those people that get stuck, it's not just they're predators keeping them there. There's names for it. There's things called Stockholm syndrome. There's things called holding someone hostage there. And there's things like MK Ultra, DID, and building the perfect slave. So that way, if something happens, they switch right back. Yeah, that's the situation.
I told y'all they go on the internet and find this stuff. This stuff that Allie claims that she been through, they go on the internet to come up with these stories. She didn't go through none of this shit. It comes off the internet.
Situation in Alabama, no?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of people saw that.
Yeah, they hush up a lot of that stuff. That should be front news, at least for your local area, 24/7. That should be news coverage, and they gloss over that stuff a lot. Yeah,
and you'll see MK Ultra. You'll see a lot of it in the celebrities. If that's something that you can't, it's hard for you to see in everyday form. If you're looking at celebrities, you'll see it. You'll see it in Demi Lovato, Miley Cyrus, Christina Aguilera, so on and so forth. There is a music video from Christina.
I pulled it down because we don't want to get flagged by TikTok. Okay. All right, there it is. There it is.
Aguilera called "Fall in Line" with Demi Lovato, and they discuss. And if you look at the lyrics, it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Shut your mouth and take your eyes off me. March 2, 3, right 2, 3. Who told you that you're allowed to speak? Is the lyrics.
We had just talked about the one eye symbolism in Hollywood, and you pulled that up, and the triangles signs that they throw for MK Ultra and Monarch programming. A lot of the celebrities will use the butterfly symbolism, and the reason for that is when the mind is being split, there's a period of time where it feels like they're floating or flying or fluttering up, and that's why they use the Monarch symbolism. When Allie first came, she used to wear a big butterfly necklace 24/7. There's a lot of Miley Cyrus, and they'll have tattoos. They will wear butterfly things. They will have butterfly symbolism. Sometimes I think there's a few albums where they have a butterfly covering the one eye. So you got the one eye symbolism and the butterfly. So those are throwing gang signs to let people know what types of programming they have.
There's the teddy bear symbolism too, representing the child programming or the child surgeries that are done. So you'll see that Miley Cyrus, I think, did the teddy bear thing for a little bit. Melanie Martinez, Katy Perry, those are MK Ultra programming set, and then it's the symbolism will trigger MK Ultra programming, basic programming in other people. So you know how some people will leave a concert and then the next thing you know, they're dressing like the person, or they're talking like the person, or they're acting like the person. It goes back to we have explained this a few times with the military, basic military programming. When you get into the military, they take you into basic training and they break you down from the person that you are to build you into the perfect soldier. And they own you. If you run away from them because the training is way too much, they call that absent without leave. I don't care where you are, they will drag you back and say, we own you. And that is MK Ultra basic, because when they get back, they are not the same person that left. So there's basic, there's the bathtub and diamonds.
The bathtubs are a ritual.
Diamond programming, shout out.
Bathtub and diamond programming. If you go look at album covers of musicians in the bathtub, that's a ritual.
It's usually a cloudy or a foggy bathtub.
Sometimes they're covered in blood. Sometimes they are in a bathtub of diamonds. Those are all programming. Program. I don't know what to call it.
They're programs.
So you're seeing all this stuff right in your face. You just don't know what it is you're seeing. When I think it's Miley Cyrus has an album or maybe a video where she was an infant in a crib. What the most important thing I want you guys to understand out of today is inside of Allie, there are over 200 altars of various ages. I think there are a few altars that are above the age of 18. The rest of Allie's altars are below the age of 18. There are infants, there are newborn, there are little kids. When they traffic in such a way that they.
She brought the bathroom. She brought up the bathtub. Murph. That's where we met Rufus. We met Rufus in the bathtub. Y'all see that? Yeah, she did say 200 plus off. That's where we met Rufus. When Allie said that her, the pediatrician, everybody, they was having orgies in the bathtub when she was 17. She married the whole family, and they was in the bathtub. That's where the whole soap story come from.
Can pull up the infant, they can pull up that newborn, and they can sexually abuse the newborn, and they can sexually abuse the.
So you mean to tell me that Allie got 200 plus altars, meaning the government got access to those altars, and they can pick which altar they want to deal with and take advantage of that altar while dealing with their human body? I believe Allie were the kids.
5-year-old altar. So they're trafficking in a different way. Trafficking is bad enough as it is. We think of, oh, okay, they're selling a kid and they're just having sex with them. No, what they're doing is shattering their mind.
TikTok, we do not condone this type of behavior. We do not condone this. Hold on. We do not condone this type of behavior. Everything that Shelly is talking about allegedly is what she has done to Tori, done to Allie. So a lot of the times, allegedly, she's speaking her experience with Tori.
And they are doing it in such a way that they freeze those kids in that time. So Allie's newborn altar will never grow past the newborn age. The 5-year-old altar will never grow past the 5-year-old age. So if somebody has a predilection towards raping 5-year-olds, they can pay money to Allie's handlers or a survivor's handlers to get the codes to call up that 5-year-old altar.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm hungry. Amy Miracle is the young lady. This is her channel. This is her channel. She the one that been pushing their content with Shelly and Allie. If you notice, she sit there and don't say nothing. And the only reason why she don't say nothing is because they bring her views. She just sit there and let these two knuckleheads talk and don't challenge nothing they say. She's been doing this for years.
altar, and then they can rape that 5-year-old altar.
Flag on the play. Britney Spears. A lot of you have noticed her posting about her 5-year-old altar lately. I think for her 40-something birthday, she posted that she was 5 and she was getting ready to go to kindergarten. If some of you have seen that, she wasn't joking. That wasn't a joke. That was her trying to talk to you about her altars. There's times where you'll hear her twang change. She'll start talking different, completely different voice. People are referring to altars, DID, as an alter ego nowadays, and that's not the case. We have the newest pop star, Tate McRae, that people, if you look into her comment section, you'll see that people refer to Tate McRae as the sweet one, and then they'll even say that Tatiana comes up and switches. You'll hear about that with Beyonce and Sasha Fierce. There's a few of them. You'll hear about it with Nicki Minaj. She has Roman and a few other of her other altars that she talks about. The anime looking one, the one that yells and made raw like a dinosaur. There's so many different altars, and it's out there. It's out in people's faces, but people don't know what they're looking at.
When they're getting it in your brain that these are just alter egos, and so when I go on stage, I just act like this, they're desensitizing from the fact of what's actually happened to that person. So Britney Spears gets dragged a lot. Ariana Grande gets dragged a lot. What's the other one? Demi Lovato. They get dragged a lot.
Now remember that these were all children that were children on the island. They were children on the island, and they grew up in this lifestyle. So now what they've done as adults, that's not okay. But they were children that grew up in this lifestyle.
So the world is seeing, oh, Nicki Minaj she's just crazy in her alter ego Roman, and that's kind of funny. I'm seeing the trauma. I'm seeing what I go through with Allie every day. I'm seeing how broken and how hurt and how damaged and how much abuse she suffered. The world's not seeing that because you're not being taught that.
If you listen to Demi Lovato's video, she's screaming out for anybody's help. I tried to talk to my piano. I tried to talk to my guitar. I talked to my imagination. I confided in alcohol. I talked and talked and talked.
I don't know what y'all said to the host right here. I don't know what y'all been over there saying in her comments. Y'all got this woman looking. Do she look worried to y'all? Y'all got her looking worried. What did y'all go over there and say? What did y'all do? Y'all got this woman looking worried, because normally she be smiling and smiling. Look at her the last videos and stuff she did with Tori and Shelly. Y'all got this lady worried. What the hell y'all do? Too many of y'all. Damn. Thank y'all. Y'all went over there asking questions. Thank you.
Some more, told secrets until my heart was sore. Tired of empty conversations because no one hears me anymore. The music that you hear is a diary, and until you understand it, you won't be able to hear it. Because as of right now, everybody is just feeling it, but they can't hear it. When you hear it, you'll feel it and you'll understand it. That a lot of people, it's their diary. Their music videos, that's their diary. Christina Aguilera and Demi Lovato's video Fall in Line is based on what we're talking about, MK Ultra. They took them down. They programmed them as children. As you can see, if you watch the whole video, it starts off with 2 little babies that look like Christina and Demi on a ground in the middle of a field and over a water drain. And these 2 people, government-looking officials, come and snatch these 2 babies up. And then these 2 babies grow into the 2 women that you see performing in front of you underground. In a few of the clips, you'll see that these government officials are torturing them, they're holding them hostage, they're raping them, and then they're making them perform to what looks to everybody else like they're performing on stage, but in reality, they're underground. Those are your AI performers. That is real. Michael Jackson slaved to the rhythm when he was sitting there, and it was right after he died, and people were not comfortable with that because it was a little too real. Whitney Houston's show that was in Las Vegas is a little too real. Those AI shows are a little too real because there's some people that are in a green suit that are orchestrating that whole show. So everybody is entertained by AI. Do you understand what I just said? If you've never seen that episode in Black Mirror, somebody brought this to my attention after we talked about it. I didn't get this from there. Someone brought it to our attention and said, you know, that sounds like that Black Mirror episode that Miley Cyrus was in. She was in a hospital bed, but somebody had a sample of her DNA, made an AI model out of her, and was performing on stage. If you look at Christina Aguilera and Demi Lovato's video, Fall in Line, they tried to tell you. And they try to tell you through music. But government officials and our corrupt side of our government knows that a lot of people are uneducated and not listening, like the people that you see in comment sections or that you see in the elite places where they're trying to dodge and deflect.
Y'all got this woman worried. Y'all got this woman worried. I have never, ever seen the host like this when she have Allie and Shelly on her live. Y'all go back and watch all of her past clips, her interviews with Tori and Shelly. She's not like this. So what y'all did is working. Now, as long as y'all being respectful, y'all didn't make no threats. Y'all just asking questions. That's all I ask y'all to do. And some of you all volunteered to go over there. All right? But we don't push out threats. We don't stalk people. We don't do none of that stuff that we got accused of doing. Be respectful, ask questions, and press the host.
And distract and cause chaos and confusion to the reality of what's going on with the Epstein case and the files and whatnot.
What the fuck they got to do with you?
In a circle. I wasn't supposed to be the one talking.
What the fuck they got to do with you? This girl is making up stuff as she just talking. How the fuck she start talking about AI and people in the green suit performing? What the fuck they got to do with your ass? She talking like she's telling us some new shit.
You good, sister? You good?
I'm sorry. This is Mama's show. I told you I should move. I have too much to say.
But I'm trying to figure out. I sent y'all messages. It's all good. Y'all ain't see them. Do y'all want me to stick to questions that have to do with this particular conversation of MK Ultra and SRA? Because there is a question that doesn't have anything to do with that, and I see y'all and I honor y'all. Thank y'all for the super chats and whatnot. But we're talking about MK Ultra and SRA today, so it's up to y'all if y'all want to answer a question that's not that. You can let me know.
It's up to you. We can. You know me, I'll tie it right back in, but it's not my show. So ask Mama.
No, I'm good. I'm good for any questions because my heart is the people have to understand what's been happening to our children, what's been happening to our society. If they don't get that, it's up to us to hold space and to carry the grief for the trauma that the survivors have gone through, for that the children have gone through. People have to get that. Otherwise, there will be no change. There will be no outrage. It's just going over people's heads. They're not understanding what they're seeing. So I will answer any question to help somebody understand where we're at.
Good. Excellent.
Well, this first one is about I feel like we have a video on the channel already addressing this.
I see what's going on. Oh, I see what's going on. Allie, so Catch 22 said, and God bless you, I have a question. They gave a super chat. When you went to Russia, how did you escape? Can you explain what happened, what all happened? It's a miracle you got away. I can't wait to hear this.
So y'all, I mean, probably not details that they want though, so.
About what?
I'm going to answer this. It says, Allie, God bless you. I have a question.
My contacts are not in and my glasses are not on. Don't make fun of me. I know you well anyways. Okay, sorry, go ahead.
Now I'm reading it for you. I have a question. When you went to Russia, how did you escape? Can you explain what all happened? It's a miracle you got away.
Yeah, I can. At 15 years old, my pimp told me I was going for a weekend. It was a girlfriend experience deal. If you look at any brothel menu, you'll see the girlfriend experience offered. And someone from Russia brought me in the state of California, and I was on a high auction. I left for the first day. I was with him in California. The next 2 days I was in Russia. It was so different. The buildings were different. The smells were different. The air was different. Everybody looked different, talked different. They treated me like hell because I did not look like them. And when I kept my cool with this man because I really wanted to come back. So I did everything that he said, hoping he would bring me back, and he did. When he brought me back, I stayed for a day or two in the state of California before I ran away. My pimp then told me he liked having you for a weekend, so he brought you for a week. And that's when I was like, nope, I can't do it. I was 15. And that is when I took off. And I want to say that was August of 2000 and...
No. So, you changed your damn story again. When you said you ran away, did nobody come looking for me? Did nobody do this? Did nobody do that? You said that you was homeless, you was eating out of garbage cans and stuff at the age of 15 and a half. That's when you ran away from your mama's house, right? And you ran into the arms of Shelly at 15 and a half. You did say you had a 27-year-old boyfriend when you was 15 that he proposed to you on a boat when you got back from Mexico. And you was happy to tell Shelly that you are married now. I have a husband. Do you remember that interview? You did say he auctioned you off to Russia. The question right here, how did you get away? Meaning, when your ass went to Russia, how did you get back? You said when you was there, somebody from Russia was in California. Then they took you to Russia. You did not say how the fuck you got there. Allie, ma'am, Tory Outlaw, did your ass know that Russia is on a whole nother continent? A whole another goddamn piece of land mass. Did you know that? Meaning your ass gotta get on somebody's airplane or aircraft to go whatever you gotta go. But before you get on that aircraft, you gotta get a fucking passport. When did you get your passport? When you got there, what city was you in? Because I said this several times, they don't deal with black women in Russia. But you got auctioned off. A black woman from a Russian. They paid money for you for the weekend girlfriend experience. So when you got to Russia, was you at a house? Was you at a hotel? Where were you? You was there for the weekend. Maybe you met, what was the guy's name? Did you eat there? Did y'all go out to eat? Did you move around? Did you go in a car? How did you get from the airport to the place of stay? Did you ride in a car, a taxi cab, Uber, Lyft? What happened? Who was the driver? When you left there to go back to California, you had to go on transportation, right? Who was driving then? Did you fly commercial or did you fly private?
Did he buy a specific altar?
Look how y'all look. She still, look. She's trying to figure out the lie that she told. So she's trying to Misha, goddammit, Adrian, English, all they ass in this shit together. She's trying to figure out the lie that she told. Y'all don't understand what's going on here. Because if she knew, she would have to look back at Shelly to try to figure out what bullshit she put out. Because she already know Great Vibes called her ass out several times. So goddamn, I need to remember, I need to be careful what I say because Great Vibes is going to cover it. And look at the host like, ugh. Damn. Let's go.
Did he buy a specific altar?
Oh yeah, no, yeah, he brought a few specific altars. He wanted to have sex.
So while your ass was in Russia, he bought some altars. Who brought that up? Was it Tory? Was it Allie? Or did Shelly bring that question up? Did Shelly direct that question? So a Russian said, I want that altar from this black woman that we don't deal with.
With the 5-year-old. And his thing was putting women on leashes and having sex with them while their head was in the toilet.
So
yeah.
Where this story come from? Where this shit come from? Where the hell this fucking story come from? I thought we played the Russian story. Where the fuck this shit come from? 9 leashes, putting a woman's head in the toilet. Y'all, today has been a very, very awkward day. We heard shit from Misha. We heard shit from Adrian. She said that Misha got a baby by Diddy. Now Allie is telling us when she was in Russia, the Russian guy put a leash around her neck that he put around the other women, and the Russians stick their head in the toilet while he doing certain stuff to them. Yep, Miss Outlaw, your daughter was over in Russia with her head in the toilet with a leash around her neck. And she made it back safely to Riverside, California.
Let me break this down. This Russian man paid money. The money he was paying was to buy the codes to the altars. So when they're splitting,
this definitely a whole new story. First of all, the story changes so much to where they can't even keep up with it. Now I didn't know that now we need codes. We need Bluetooths, right? If we forget the codes, can we pair our Bluetooth to this device? Inquiring minds want to know. These codes. This is new for everybody. So if you've been to Russia, why is Shelly doing the talking for you? If you was the one that been to Russia, why the fuck is Shelly doing why she's trying to explain the fucking story? Melanie, you said they blocked you out of the live.
them and splitting the psyche. The kids are coded and tucked away in the psyche. So they can call a code, they can say a trigger phrase, and it'll bring that altar right up to the front. So Allie won't be here anymore, but they might be triggering the 5-year-old to come up. So when he was paying the money was for the codes. So he's buying codes because he wanted to rate. How many did he buy? He bought the 5-year-old. Who else?
5, 12, and 9, Angel.
So he bought a 5-year-old, a 9-year-old, and a 12-year-old. Allie's body, and Allie was 15, but he's buying these younger altars to rape. When you understand the DID and the MK Ultra, that
Now y'all see who's the leader of this whole brainwashing. Allie Carter. Shelly is the brains behind her. Shelly is the leader. That is correct.
When they split the altars, they're frozen in time. They are a 5-year-old, and they are that age. Allie's 5-year-old altar is missing her front teeth, so when she talks with a lisp. You understand the depth of what we're trying to tell you about the Monarch programming, and it's
y'all. Where this story come from? Tori's 5-year-old altar is missing her front tooth. So she talked like this. She talked like this so fish.
So much deeper.
There was
than
a
just
situation
trafficking.
recently where a lot of people, when they see me, they assume that I'm not 31 years old. Recently, there was so much evil that was assuming that I was still 15. So they have been telling people to kidnap me again from my mom. DID. And there's sometimes where people meet us and inside us, and they feel like they're not talking to a 31-year-old woman. It depends. It depends on who you're talking to. So
when the younger altars are up, so if there's a 10-year-old altar up, little kids will unconsciously be drawn to Allie. They'll be drawn to that 10-year-old kid. There are times when people, even though she's 31, will talk to her like she's a teenager because they're unconsciously seeing the teenage altar. It's the crazy thing.
It's not even a carded issue. I've been stopped wondering if I'm in the right place because I look like a teenager. It's not even like I'm just not going to card you. It's legit. Where's your parents?
That's right. That's right, Kim. You're right, Kim.
People can unconsciously sense that. If you are out in the street and a little kid drops their popsicle, you're going to get down and you're going to address that child as a child. You're going to be, here, sweetie, let me help you get your ice cream. You know what I mean? You wouldn't do that for a 31-year-old adult, but people just subconsciously adjust to what they're seeing. I don't think a lot of people realize that they're seeing an altar, but they kind of just...
What the fuck they got to do with Russia, Shelly? They asked a simple question about Russia. The fuck are you talking about? You program this girl so much to where you losing every damn. I'm lost. It's a simple question. How the fuck did you make it out of Russia alive? How do you make it out of there safe? Straight to the point. I went here. This happened. I met A, B, and C. We did this, and that. We got back on the plane at this time. Back over here. Boom, boom, boom. The fuck this got to do with some damn ultra on a with spaghetti strings and fucking macaroni and cheese and gummy worms falling on the ground with 5-year-olds missing their fucking teeth?
Adjust their mannerisms and their speech to accommodate the age of the child that they're dealing with.
And we talk about this. We're getting ready. I'm just side note real quick. We're getting ready for a live event, 2 of them, by the way. And at the end of September, I know that sis, you already have some travel accommodations. I ain't gonna say nothing. But we are getting ready for an event, and we did recently do one. Please note this date. Write this down. You're going to need this. You're going to need this. December 10th, 2023, we filmed what is coming out in the next few days. Okay? And so much we talked about with this situation. And when it comes out, I just want y'all to take a second to realize that it was recorded December 10th, 2023. So
there's something I can look up to pull up the receipt for y'all. No.
It's pinned. It's pinned to the top of my Instagram. There's a clip of it pinned to the top. And Mom and I are sitting at a table. That was all filmed December 10th, 2023. There's another portion of it coming out. And in that, we discuss DID. We discuss so much. We actually, like what I plan to do for this event, I plan to turn off some cameras, hand some insurance around the room, give y'all some names and locations and things that you can look at for yourself. No violence, no inciting or anything. But at one point we shut the cameras off and we handed some things around the room. And when I was 15, I contacted my social workers, it's that one. I contacted my social workers and I told them, hey, my pimp is taking me to elite parties. My pimp is taking me to places I don't want to go to. I have been to orgies. I have been through some things and I would appreciate some help. And they told me, stop telling on him. And if you tell on him one more time, we will send you to Arizona and nobody will ever hear from you again, but stop telling on him. So at that point, when I got back from Russia, I had already been calling my social workers. I had called the ombudsman. My mom is calling. At the time, people that were also avid.
Allie, tell everything. So I guess if you kept talking, okay. Now you're making an excuse because we've been calling your ass out. And I told y'all one of their headquarters is in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Y'all be doing all that. Okay. Y'all, this is a cult, y'all. This is a cult.
For me, we're calling and saying, hey, she's being trafficked. There's something going on. Step in. She's actually talking. She's actually telling us what's going on. My pimp was walking right into the door of my foster home. This was all related back to the people who you are still seeing threaten us today. And I'm trying to tell them and I'm talking to them. We called everything that was supposed to be an oversight for Child Protective Services, custody of Riverside County, CPS. And everyone, the response that I got from the supervisor and manager of CPS was stop telling on him or we'll send you to Arizona to a lockdown facility and nobody will ever hear from you again. So I said, okay, fine. And I disappeared.
Have y'all ever heard that story? It's like every time they open up their mouths and you just let them talk, because once again, the host doesn't challenge their questions. Every time they talk, something new comes. It's just something different. Just blah, 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 blah. And the host don't say shit.
So this is not something that I know a lot of people are like, you went to Russia. What? No, I tried. I tried my best to tell the social workers, to tell everybody, hey, hello, help me. This is what's going on. I went from one trafficking situation as a baby to another. I thought I was going to be fine when I got to foster care. I was excited, honestly, to get into foster care. And that says a lot. I was excited. I was excited to come from somewhere where I was like, okay, maybe I'm just going to go to school. People are going to love me. This woman that was the mistress and madame of these children, she had lichen planus and she would make people rub the cortisone. She would make me. She would call me to rub the cortisone and bleaching cream and cocoa butter mix on her skin. Like, what's his name from Lord of the Rings that rubs the lotion? She would make me come in and rub her skin. I'm not.
So Trendy just said, put in the comments, thank you for putting that. Trendy just said, while in Russia, she called back to the social worker. Cause that's what she said. She said, I tried to tell the social worker when I was being sold to Russia. I was trying to let the social worker know. That's what she said. This is a new story. The collar around the throat with the woman necks and the heads in the toilets. This shit is new.
Kidding. I'm not kidding. Gollum, that's what it looks like. But but it that's a great way to put that.
I'm gonna find that receipt for y'all. I'll spread the people this time.
Do you know what lichen planus is?
You finna pull up?
That's okay. Never mind. No, it's okay. It's okay. It's something nasty. I don't think you want to look that up. Nobody wants to look at that. Just like nobody wanted to look at it at that time. Anyways, but this thing had lichen planus, and amongst other issues, and it would make us rub bleaching cream and cortisone and cocoa butter on her skin. So instead of it doing it itself, it will call its children or supposed slaves. I don't think that was anything of it children. It was slaves. That's not raising someone. That's being in control of someone. Mm-hmm. And I mean, talking about like, come scratch my scalp with a rat tail comb. Little inch by little inch by little inch by little inch. And if you do it wrong, I'm gonna beat the shit out of you. And
what the fuck are you talking about? Yeah, I'm sick of this shit. What the fuck is she talking about? I can't even form it content, right? So I can explain to y'all what she's trying to say. What the fuck is she talking about? Baby lotion, Diddy oil. I'm lost.
my boyfriends to rape you at night.
It's crazy.
Okay, so when I tell you I went from one situation to another and I was excited to get to foster care. I thought, I'm going to go to school. I'm going to be all right. I can take care of myself. I've been doing it at this point already enough. So like, I don't see a reason to not feel like I can't take care of myself. I was raising other children at the time. I was taking care of oxygen tanks on 2 disabled children that are, I don't even know where they are. I pray that they're still.
Your ass lying again. You're lying again, y'all. I'm sorry. I got to do it. She lying again. Tori, your ass was going over to the foster home that was behind your house when you was out in the neighborhood with the kids. So you saw how what was going on in there. Maybe you probably gave them a piece of cookie and stuff, but you was going over there and your mama told you to stay away from those kids. So you was bringing the kids back to y'all house on the front porch. You wasn't raising no damn body. How you walk over a foster home house where where all these kids, and you gonna say and take the title at the age of 13 and 14 and 15 and say, hey, I'm raising these kids.
Live, because clearly they're not in custody of Gollum anymore, but they are somewhere, and I pray for them. I really do. I hope they're alive. I'm not saying that we need a relationship. I just pray that they're alive. But they were disabled twin girls, and one had cerebral palsy and one had a lung issue, to the point where they were preemie babies, because not only was Gollum, this one I actually seen a pregnancy with, but it was on drugs. beyond drugs with them.
TikTok, we do not condone this violence, this behavior. We're not promoting any type of rugs, because when y'all cut these rugs open and put them by your front door, make sure you buy like the yellow kind, the white kind, anything that's going to match just the paint color of your home. Right, so you may want to buy a rug that's the color of your front door, or maybe like y'all. I am lost in this fucking conversation. I'm lost. I don't know what the fuck this girl is talking about. I don't know what she's talking about.
It was selling the medication of the twin girls once they were preemie babies, the pain medication and the things that they were getting. It was selling that medication. So at one point, I was taking care of them with oxygen tanks and putting on cerebral palsy braces and sitting them in high chairs, because I didn't know what to do at 12 years old to take care of 2 disabled kids as well as 1 autistic kid. I didn't know what to do. So I put them in their high chairs for hours, put on a movie and put Cheerios on, because I'm like, I don't know. I mean, because somebody's gone and nobody is there. So I'm making ravioli and hot dogs and top ramen with boiled eggs all mixed together because it's filling. Have you ever put hot dogs, top ramen, and boiled eggs together because it's filling? Okay, so this is what I was doing as a child. When I got to foster care, I was excited because I felt like I can do something for myself. I can live. I can be okay. So when I moved from one trafficking situation to another, I sincerely thought somebody was going to help us. Me. When I say us, I don't mean us. She wasn't in the situation yet.
Wasn't there.
She didn't even exist in the situation yet.
Inside us.
Me. I took care of myself, split from the trauma. You split from trauma. So if I have a 3-month alter and I was molested at 3 months old, if I have a 5-year-old alter because something happened at 5 years old, if you have a 7-year-old alter because something happened at 7 years old, that means the trauma started where? Think about it. The trauma was so bad that it split the psyche where? Think about it.
Well, and that's the thing with the Monarch and MK Ultra programming, that has to happen in children up till like age 7 for it to really anchor in, and for the programming that they want to do to hold, they have to do it in small children because it holds strong in a small child. If you do it past those ages, yes, but it won't be as effective for whatever it is they're trying to do.
Yeah, if you're trying to teach your child basic rules, you can inherit the look, the mama look, the father look of, I'm just going to look at you because what you're doing is not okay. So I need you to stop it before I have to step in with the voice of stop. You know what I'm saying? That what you instilled in your child, that is raising your child to say these rules you follow. So imagine what a programmer can do. Do you understand what I'm saying? They program your child with the same type of the things that you're telling your child, hey, don't talk to strangers, don't touch the fire because it's hot. Those things that the things that your child takes as an adult and runs in life with them. That is what a programmer is changing. And people wonder why there's situations that happen with their child. Somebody comes into their life and the next thing you know, somebody has them by their brain, just completely in control. And there is nothing that you can say or do to get them back. I know there's so many people going through that right now, whether it is a loved one, whether it is a complete stranger, whether it is a boyfriend or a girlfriend, they will meet somebody who has complete control of their life. And there is not a damn thing that you can say to get them away from them. That's basic programming. So, I know so many people are like, MK Ultra, we actually didn't even scratch a crumb or surface of it today. Yeah. But when you actually dig into it, you'll see that it's right in your face.
A lot of people use the MK Ultra term the way we do Coke. Like, let's go get a Coke, Miracle, and that could mean let's go get a Sprite, let's go get a coffee, let's go get a root beer. But Coke is the kind of catch-all phrase. MK Ultra is like that. A lot of people throw that around. Well, they got MK Ultra programming. They don't know what it looks like. They don't know how deep it goes. They don't know what exactly has been done for that to be in place. So it's kind of one of those buzzwords we use now. Oh, MK Ultra, but nobody actually knows the depth of it.
Right. I guess this is a good segue into this question then. It says, is this more common than we actually know about? How do normal people get into this? I don't know if they want to.
That's what I just said. So when you, again, it could be a boyfriend, a girlfriend, a random stranger, a loved one that comes in, and I know there's some people in your life that you have a loved one, it may even be a friend, that they meet this person and you know this person is not a good person, but it's such a control. There is nothing that you can say to them. There is nothing that you can show them. Even if they are bad for them, you can try to let them know and they won't listen to you.
Yeah, MK Ultra I think is far more common than people think.
So besides Shelly, who do y'all hear talking about MK Ultra? We know what happened, right? We did our research about it. We done our research on it. But who do you know besides Shelly is talking about it? Prove me wrong, right? I'm just asking. Who else on this planet besides Shelly is talking about MK Ultra and how it's affecting us now? When I mean us, I'm just talking about, us as individuals.